Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Urza Masters Magic. We've got quite a crap ton of money over here, 6,167 gold pieces, and we're earning 270 per turn, which is more than enough to buy just about anything we can possibly want. So we are currently on our way towards researching Regeneration, a very useful spell. We'll have it in 6 turns thereabouts. And we've unlocked the ability to start researching Spell of Mastery, which at our current rate of research will take 121 turns. Quite a while. And as far as spellcasting, we are currently casting Enchant Item. Once that's finished, we're probably going to start casting Summon Champion to replace some of our heroes that have been sadly lost in the field of battle. Currently we have our good friend Bashan here, who is doing very little besides sitting in a city and eating grapes, because as a noble he's just going to give me $10 every turn, and his combat stats kind of suck. Well, they suck slightly less because he has been practicing in between his grape eating, so he does gradually earn experience like everyone else. But yeah, kind of lame. I'm okay just having him sit there and banking the 10 gold per turn. Shuri, on the other hand, is how a hero is supposed to look, although I've given her quite a few powerful items as well. Plus 6 agility, plus 3 blade master. She has plus 5 to hit, so this is certainly a very potent range attack, and pathfinding is a very useful ability as well. And we also have Jair here, who is our only spellcaster at the moment, which by itself makes him kind of useful. Hopefully we can get another one here relatively soon, although it's going to be a while because Summon Champion's kind of an expensive spell to cast. We have our large stack of armies here, and they are going to start taking all of these nodes over on this particular continent. And actually what we're going to, because there's so many nodes here, there's this red node here I know we're going to want to take. We're probably going to need to cast Magic Spirit as well. And we're going to want to do that probably as soon as we're done with Enchant Item. In fact, if we were smart, we might have wanted to do it earlier. But, oh well. Right, on to the cities. Is anyone... So you're building a war college. Yeah, we're doing that in lieu of more paladins, which you don't particularly need right now. We could buy it for 344, and I think we will. Things get cheaper once they're halfway completed. 15 turns for a Wizard's Guild, that's probably over the... Oops, no, I don't want to sell it back. 890, that's kind of more expensive. It does provide plus 8 spell research points, but it does have a upkeep cost of 3 mana points a turn, which, considering alchemy, it's kind of like 6 mana points a turn if I'm in the business of mass transmuting gold into mana. Which still is kind of a profit if we're putting a lot of points into research, as we currently are. So we'll go ahead and spend it. Over here, though, it's a much taller order because we have much less progress on it, so it's definitely not worth thousands of gold. It might be worth 1,000, certainly not thousands plural. Okay, anyway, so we are on to this cave with a bunch of hellhounds. Yeah, this is just simple. Although, if I'm smart, I should only move 1 square, because hellhounds have fire breathing, and we know fire breathing is better when you get to attack first. And we'll go ahead and try the... Oh, you're not good enough to cast Warp Reality. What a shame. We're only at 2.5 range, so it's a little bit cheaper to cast things myself. Blur, maybe? Can we cast that? If I can find it in here. Oh, no, we don't. It's 25. What a shame. Okay, well, what can we cast? Phantom Warriors. Let's go with that. Good old Phantom Warriors. I'm certainly happy if the Hellhounds want to attack the... actually, I should probably cast another one, and I should probably... Wait, you're gonna... No, wait, stop. You're gonna... Wait your turn to move forward a square to get a lower range penalty and shoot there. You're gonna cast more Phantom Warriors. And they should... No, they didn't quite finish the job, unfortunately. Alright, good. We're triumphant. We get a mere 187 mana crystals. That's pretty trivial. You can just go back there and wait for somebody to start cursing my lands again. Now, we can't cast Nature's Cures because we're still in casting something else. Which is a real problem if you're casting a big spell, like enchanting a big item, summoning a champion. Later on, it's super problematic when you're casting Spell of Mastery, is that you can't cast other things when you're casting that. So if you're spending 10 turns casting a huge spell, that's 10 turns you can't say, oh crap, I need a magic spirit. Or, oh geez, I would love to cast Nature's Cures and cure my units. You can't do any of that because you're too busy casting the big spell. So the big spell really needs to be worth it. A merchant arrives and offers a magic mace of disintegration for sale. Oh my. The price is only 1,100 gold pieces. No, probably not. I mean, destruction, resist, or be disintegrate. I mean, disintegrating people does sound pretty cool, but we have a spell that does that, so we can reject your expensive offer. Now that we have a war college, we can... Now, we might want to buy another Wizard's Guild. Although, it might also be a good idea to just get more Paladins. Well, probably because we're going to want them at some point. But if we have things like Wizard's Guilds to get, then we should go ahead and do that. Do we have... We do not. So we're going to want... Actually, there's nothing all that terribly useful that we can get here. I guess a Fighter's Guild. Although, yeah, no. What's the population here? You're not growing at all because we're at max size. Yeah, I think we just want trade goods at this point. And you've built a bank. So, still no revolting, which is very, very good. Alchemist's Guild. Either that or the Mechanician's Guild. Probably Alchemist's Guild, it's a lot cheaper. Yeah, we have 2 vacancies. One of them we're going to want to have for combat. Yeah, I think we're fine not training Paladins right now. I think 5 units of them is plenty. And you're going to get to the next level kind of, sort of soonish. And over here we just have giant spiders, which aren't that. They're not so bad. Even if there are a lot of them, they're not so bad. Ah, they're webbing my flying paladins. And the non-flying ones, for that matter. Okay, they're just doing that to everyone. Good to know. Okay, Jer, how about... So, Earth to Mud might not actually be a terrible idea here. Yeah, they move too. So what we're going to do... Oh, we're inside a green... That's right, we're inside a green area, so all these green units are going to get bonuses. So what we're going to want to do is we're actually going to try Earth to Mud. Because it'll make the enemy units take a lot longer to get to us, which means we will have time to escape the web before they do. Okay, now we've escaped the web. And we've also forced them to split apart. Now, these are our non-elite. Whoops. I did not mean to do that, but... Oh, you guys don't have movement points. Right. Okay. Well, sure, you can handle herself. She's good. And you do have enough magic points to cast a ranged attack, although it didn't do very much. So you're going to start plunking these spiders. As paladins come around to... Now, you've already been injured, so we're going to try to reduce your exposure a bit. And you're just kind of dead weight at this point, yeah? You're 3 mana, or 3 melee attack. Just stand and watch it and see if you can learn something. Okay, so you are flying. Which of these are... You were fire breathing. We want you to go first. Oh, yes. And I use flying loosely because you've been webbed. You're not actually flying anymore. Okay, it's... Her ranged attack is okay, but it's not... Nothing spectacular. Despite how outstanding and all the pluses to hit it is, I mean, even this kind of modest unit, it didn't even kill 1 figure. I mean, it certainly adds up and it's risk-free, so in that sense it's really good. Alright, we've gained a fame. We get 320 mana crystals and also yet another suit of armor. 3 defense, 1 movement, 2 resistance. Yeah, it's strictly worse than that. I mean, I guess I can give it to Bashan. Just because we're kind of running out of room in our fortress vault. So endurance is another movement. So this is 3-3-2. This is just 3-1-2. Okay, yeah, I mean, but you can practice. You know, you don't need the best thing. You're just sitting there eating grapes and practicing. So we might have to start smashing some of this armor on the anvil over here to collect some bonus mana. Now over here we have a Skydrake. That's definitely not something we want to deal with. These two over here, on the other hand, certainly are. Yeah, I mean, seriously, we're just here to go conquer this red node, which ought to be extremely easy. Oh, do we not have... What am I missing here? We have pathfinding. Why is not... Any land squared a cost of... I'm confused. Why did we not get the gigantic pathfinding bonus? There's something going on here I don't understand. Perhaps someone in the chat will enlighten me. Oh, we're short on food also. Uh-oh. Well, we can... Ideally not there, because it would actually cost us a turn. Same story here. Wow, you have 4 rebels. That's certainly a lot of dead tax money that we're not collecting. Farmer's Market. So now that we've satisfied the immediate food requirements, we can start building things like libraries. And enchanting that item is going to take another 3 turns at least. Skill is good, 352 a turn. We still got 3 more turns before we can cast Regeneration. Which, by the way, how much does that cost? 300 to cast it overland. That's pretty expensive. But it's yet another spell that will help eliminate any risk of losing further heroes. Now, we're in a red node, so obviously all these chaos creatures are going to get bonuses, but as we've noted before, all of these chaos channeled paladins also count as chaos units, and they will also get the bonus. So they're going to be exceptionally deadly in this encounter. And certainly more than a match for this ragtag group of fire-breathing dogs, essentially. And you're not nearly as good, both because you have less experience and you haven't been chaos channeled yet. We'll just ping the guy in the center here. And what do you need to cast? Nothing here seems all that amazing. I guess it's just Phantom Warriors again. To relatively little effect. Okay, these guys have been significantly weakened, so we're going to try to pull them back. And we're certainly making mincemeat of them once we actually have the initiative and do the attacking ourselves. You can just cast a spell. It's probably going to be more effective than doing any kind of... They have fire immunity, so giving them the fire-breathing treatment isn't going to accomplish all that much. Wow. Yeah, against lightly defended units like elementals. No, not even that lightly, but you did shave a significant... But it's only one of them, though. Against multi-figure units, it's not nearly as impressive. That's the effect here. Yeah, they seem to be... Oh, that's right, because I have flying units on the front. It's easy to forget that some of these are flying because the the graphics aren't any different. I mean, you only get 500 gold, but importantly, we unlock the ability to actually use this node. And you're going to gain a level very soon, which is good. Amassing troops along the border can only be interpreted as a prelude to war. Our treaty is broken. Oh, well, that's a shame. I mean, if he really wants to go to war with me, that's fine and dandy. He has a peaceful personality, so he's not going to become an aggressor at any point. We need a bank here because I like money. Yeah, unease. Sure, be uneasy. Let's see if you have any spells I want. Confusion? Not for any of those things, though. Maybe you have a red spell that you can trade me. Gargoyles aren't bad. For Summon Champion, which you're probably not going to be able to cast anytime soon, sure. What else? Disrupt in exchange for enchant item. Chimeras. I thought we already had that spell, though. What about Lightning Bolt? Not for those. Forget it. Okay, well anyway, trading for those spells, even if we don't actually decide we want to cast them, it will reduce the cost of researching Spell Mastery, because it's reduced by half the combined research cost of everything in your spell book, whether you actually researched it or not. And I'm not super familiar with all the spells I just bought, but yeah, I'm confusing Gorgons and Chimeras. That's what's happening here. Okay. I guess Phantom Beast, Firehound, blah, blah, blah. Flying gargoyles that are extremely difficult to damage. They exhibit immunity to stoning and poison attacks. I mean, they're not bad. Okay, now, there's this ruin with an earth elemental in it. Which I suppose I will send this single unit in to scout. Just one. I mean, it has a crap ton of hit points, but not much else. Alright, you all can just patrol, because we need to sort of twiddle our thumbs while we wait for our enchant item spell to finish. And actually, we're going to want to word of recall our huntress here, because she can then pathfind her way with the spirit to improve its movement speed, presumably. If I am correctly understanding how all those relevant mechanics actually work. And how are we doing on research? 2 turns at 449. So if I go all in, we can actually get there. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll shave a turn off of it. So there's another highly useful spell that we're going to want to get at some point. What next? I mean, Air Elemental is a combat summon. And combat summons are always pretty fun, so we'll go ahead and research that. I don't particularly need to create artifacts or dispel any global enchantments. If anybody does try to cast something nasty, I can always research it. And now that you've had a university, we can put that training to practice and build a bank. Alright, because we're still working on enchant item. And we don't have any units to move currently, which is certainly making the game go a lot faster, which is always fun. I'm awed by the wonders of pathfinding. What can we offer you for its secret? Absolutely nothing. Get lost. I don't need you pathfinding your way to my enchanted fortress once I start casting Spell of Mastery. So the Amulet of Wizardry, +3 defense, +5 spell skill, will hand it over to you. There you go. It's all yours. Increases your caster from 30 to 35. And now we're going to want to get a magic spirit. And that's over here, which is not as far away as it might seem. Yeah, it only moves once. Am I going to be able to get... We might as well get on start on the path for it. Oh, yeah, you're flying, so it's only a half. Right. Okay. Yeah, so there's no point in any sort of word of recall tomfoolery. Because pathfinding still only makes it cost a half. At least I think it does. And I don't think I have any spells that just straight up make your movement speed faster. Well, be that as it may, we'll go ahead and get started summoning a champion. Oh, no. No, we want to cast Nature's Cures on our paladins. Get everyone back up to full fighting strength. Now we have some rebels, so we'll get to building a Parthenon. Now, what was the... Right, we want to start casting heroes, or champions, rather. But there was something else I wanted to do with spell-wise before I embark on that, and I can't remember what it is. Oh, that's right. I needed to switch this back. 383, okay. So we'll reduce this to exactly 383. Now we could attack this ruin now, but we'll still... Actually, we probably didn't even need to cast Nature's Cures, because we're probably going to be sitting here long enough for them to get it on their own. I guess we'll go ahead and cast a Research Disjunction, because neither of these two seem all that helpful. Although I don't think we can get 750 all ourselves. Yeah. So we'll set our skill spending to 85. Because once we actually research Spell of Mastery, we will need to actually cast it. Ah, that's right. You're non-corporeal, so you can already... That's what's happening. Why I'm getting confused. Yeah, you don't have pathfinding, you're just non-corporeal. And wow, so much money. So yeah, summon champion, get going on that. Plague and Gul Kanar has ended. I totally forgot that was a thing. And now I really want to see where that town is, so I can examine what the situation is. But people are so busy building banks and crap that they're not going to let me do it. You don't have any rebels, so we want a Mechanician's Guild. Oh, that explains why this place is, like, so crappy and slow. And what, despite building housing all this time. Right, okay. And we have, like, smithies and farmers, but yeah, it was just all kinds of junk. Yeah, just keep building housing for now, that's fine. Although turning that silver into mithril seems like a pretty good idea. Uh-oh, is somebody planning on swiping my magical node here? I certainly hope not. That's grounds for war. Okay, we've researched Disjunction, and we are quickly running out of spells to research. We'll go ahead and do Create Artifact. Nope, he is not. He's wisely decided not to go to war with me. Very good. Let's raise our research budget to 504 so that we can get... Or we could do... Actually, if we want to do it in 3 turns, we can do it 334. That seems better. I'm not in any particular hurry to get any of the remaining spells. Losing 8 mana per turn, which is fine because we're earning 317 gold pieces. Yikes. 1 turn for the Cathedral, 3 for the Wizards Guild. Yeah, we'll just let that finish. 7 for a Parthenon. And you have a Rebel, so we'll go ahead and buy it. That's going to be expensive to buy, so we're not going to do it. That's going to be in 4 turns. 9 turns for a shrine. Yeah, no. Hurry that up. They've brought some halberdiers to try to beat our spearmen here. Okay, so we could do something new and try to get ourselves an air elemental. I think we will, just to see how it works. Now it's invisible, so they're not even going to be able to see it or attack it until I'm adjacent. Kind of strong, has a lot of hits. There's a lot of movement too. Oh wow, that did not work very well at all. Okay, we killed one, so that's good. And we'll let the air elemental do the work. Ugh. These silly things suck. Okay. Roman has grown to 18. Nymax has grown to 20. And I think what we want is an armory here. That gets us on the road towards Paladins, which we can build cheaply because of the iron deposit. And I guess we'll build a mechanician's guild. Unless I want a stables. Well, the Wizard's Guild gives us warlocks, which are, as unique units go, they're pretty good, but in a world where you can build paladins almost on demand, that's not all that helpful. Although, actually, getting towards Animist's Guild is going to be pretty useful. And we have that shrine we bought you, which is good. Now you can get to work on the sawmill, because you have a lot of forest squares around. York built a bank. We'll go for that first. 339. So let's see if we can drop that back down to... Nah, not really. Okay. Well, we'll call that an episode here. Thank you all so much for watching. Join me next time when this magical spirit actually takes control of this node, and we can press on to the Earth Elementals. And probably not the Storm Giant, not until we start casting things like regeneration on all of our important units so they don't get brutally murdered by it. I'll see you then. So long.